Hello again, everybody. I'm Chris. I'm all set to count down the 40 hottest country songs in the nation as they're ranked each week by MediaBase 24/7 for the chart week of July 15th, 2023. Got one debut on the chart this week. We'll get to that one shortly. First is a recap of last week's top three. At number 3 was Last Night by Morgan Wallen. Number 2 was Fast Car by Luke Combs. And the number 1 song for the second week in a row was Next Thing You Know by Jordan Davis. Now can Jordan three-peat at number 1? We'll find out soon. First, we get the countdown started with this week's only debut. It's a newcomer named Dalton Dover. He debuts at number 40 with Giving Up on That. And the song that drops off the chart this week is If He Wanted To, He Would by Kylie Morgan. Alright, moving on with the countdown. After debuting last week at number 40, he's up 1 to number 39, Hardy with Truck Bed. For the second week in a row at number 38, here's Darius Rucker with Fires Don't Start Themselves. Up 2 spots to number 37 is Brian Kelly with See You Next Summer. Falling back 3 spots to number 36 is Brantley Gilbert with Blake Shelton and Vince Gill called Heaven by Then. In her third week in the countdown, she's up a notch to number 35, Gabby Barrett with Glory Days. Holding steady at number 34 is Riley Green with Luke Combs called Different Round Here. Dropping back 2 spots to number 33 is George Burns with Mind on You. For the second week at number 32, here's Chase Beckham with 23. Dropping back 1 to number 31, Brothers Osborne with Nobody's Nobody. In his 11th week in the countdown, he slips back 2 spots to number 30, Jackson Dean with Fearless, The Echo. Holding steady at number 29 is Connor Smith with Creek Will Rise. Dropping back 2 spots to number 28 is Mitchell Tenpenny with We Got History. Holding steady at number 27 is Jason Aldean with Try That in a Small Town. And here's the week's fastest climbing hit, up 9 spots to number 26, Morgan Wallen with Everything I Love. Holding steady at number 25, Ashley McBride with Light On in the Kitchen. Staying put at number 24 is Dustin Lynch with Stars Like Confetti. At number 23 again this week, Chris Jansen with All I Need Is You. In her 5th week in the countdown, spending a second week at 22, Lainey Wilson with Watermelon Moonshine. And holding this position at number 21, Russell Dickerson with God Gave Me a Girl. In her 17th week in the countdown, spending another week at number 20, here's Kelsey Ballerini with If You Go Down. Holding steady at number 19, Dylan Scott with Can't Have Mine. At number 18 again this week, just his 8th week on the chart, Luke Bryan with But Got a Beer in My Hand. Holding steady at number 17, here's Hailey Withers with Everything She Ain't. Dropping back 1 to number 16, his 16th week on the chart, Tim McGraw with Standing Room Only. And moving up 1 this week to number 15, Chris Young with Looking for You. Dropping back 1 to number 14, Cole Swindell with Drink-A-Bye. And the song Religiously is up now by Bailey Zimmerman, up 1 to number 13. And the song has been on the chart the longest at 34 weeks, spending another week at number 12, Parmalee with Girl in Mine. And standing pat at number 11, Thomas Rhett with Angels. Alright, kicking off the top 10 for a second week, here's Kane Brown at number 10 with Bury Me in Georgia. And at number 9 again this week, here's Luke Combs with Love You Anyway. Staying put at number 8 for the week, here's John Party with Your Heart or Mine. At number 7 for a second week, the recent number 1 hit by Tyler Hubbard called Dancing in the Country. Staying put for a third week at number 6, Justin Moore and Priscilla Block with You, Me, and Whiskey. At number 5 for a second week, here's Jelly Roll with Need a Favor. Well, after 2 weeks at number 1, he falls to number 4 this week, Jordan Davis with Next Thing You Know. There's a former number 1 hanging in there at number 3 this week, Morgan Wallen with Last Night. And for the second week in a row at number 2, it's Luke Combs and Fast Car. And leaping 3 spots from number 4 to number 1 after 25 weeks in the countdown, this becomes their 9th number 1 country hit. It's Old Dominion with Memory Lane. Till next week, I'm Chris. Thank you for listening.